Jeff Beal and Jackson Police Officer and JPS School Liaison Officer David Stallworth. Good morning, guys.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
We were talking just before the show about the Jennifer Crumley verdict, and you both indicated you wholeheartedly agree with that verdict.
I do agree with the verdict. Parents are accountable for their kids, and I'm a gun owner. I want I take care of my, the efforts to secure my weapons and ammunition, and I want parents to do the same. It's way too easy for children to get their hands on firearms these days. So it's we take this very seriously.
Absolutely, and one of the things we want to talk about today with you guys is the commitment to safety, and that includes your partnership with JPD, and of course having David involved on campus.
Well, and we've been working at this for a number of years, and then finally a couple of years ago now we were able to really bring back and reinstitute the system. So I thank the Jackson City Council and JPD for supporting this effort. Certainly Jackson Public Schools Board of Education for supporting this effort. David is an invaluable member of my team, and our partnership with Jackson Police Department is instrumental to our day-to-day safety and security. You want to talk real quick about kind of your role and what we do with our emergency operations plan? Because lots of people don't realize how often we train on this, how often we update it, how often we're kind of in the know on this.
And in every building too.
Yeah, so my role is kind of a liaison per se, right? It's in the title. So I help facilitate organizational needs for security measures, whether that's increasing or adjusting here and there, and every building's different. So JPS does a great job of having a team that focuses on emergency preparedness. And what we do is we come together on a monthly basis, more if needed, and we talk about specific issues that we may foresee, or want to adjust prior to needing to have to make that adjustment. And we partner with a company that makes these great response guides here. And they're in every building, every classroom, in all areas, nooks and crannies of the buildings. So we make it pretty simple, but we train, and that's how it's simple. Muscle memory and mental memory, because we train and talk about these things on a weekly, monthly basis in some buildings. So
you're a proud JPS graduate, and things are different than they were, right? I want to talk about like threats, right? The threats. I feel like when we were coming up, maybe someone pulled a fire alarm when no one was looking. And then there were, as you mentioned, I'll use your term, community consequences.
Right.
The threats sometimes become as big of a deal to train for. Just talk about just kind of the different landscape of things.
Yeah, so back in our day, in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, the big thing was fire alarms, right? Everyone run outside, get 15 minutes off of class, and come back, and who pulled it? They're going to go home for a while, maybe for a long, long time. Today, the biggest issue that we have is the spreading of information. How fast this information spread based off of a little box that's kept in someone's pocket called the cell phone. It's great, but it's a double-edged sword. We are working with kids who are evolving, and we have to evolve with them. How do we get in front of them, creating these threats that they think are not harmful, but they don't understand the time and the resources that are put into investigating these threats? We collectively, JPS, JPD, at times outside agencies, whether it's local or state or federal level agencies, are involved in these investigations of threats. And it's hard. Jeff and I had a conversation. It's hard to make these decisions at a comfortable level without being 100% sure. We have to get it right 100% of the time when we're making these decisions. So the level of investigation is deep.
So, and we see kids live, and I shouldn't just say kids, but that's where a lot of this comes from. We see kids live in social media. We see You know, they like to hide behind the anonymity of a screen name, or you know, if it's in Snapchat, well, the snap's going to disappear, but somebody's already screenshot this and shared it, and that share just continues to escalate, and it spreads like wildfire. I can't emphasize when we do this, our goal is, you know, we don't just partner, you know, with each other. We partner with outside agencies. We partner with Snapchat. We partner with a variety of different groups to make certain that we can track down literally the phone and the individual and the time and place where this occurred. And you know, well, that's one thing. But then we need to make certain that there's no availability to carry out harm. There's no access to carry out harm. There's no intent, because sometimes I just want to get a day off school.
Yeah.
I want to see the circus. I want to see the show. I want to see everybody run around and scurry and talk about my snap that's out there, my 15 minutes of fame. But when we make a decision, and Dave and I have been on the phone a number of times where we're going, okay, I'm not ready to say we're all clear yet. I'm not ready to say that it's a not credible threat yet until I know for certain where the individual is and all of those pieces, because we're playing for keeps. Because my kids go to the school, your kids go to the school. We want to know where, you know, where we're going to be, and I'm trying to protect 7,000 people on a daily basis.
Yeah,
So
you guys do an amazing job.
Thank you.
One thing we're excited about is the Ambassador Dinner, which is an awesome event. I always love getting a chance to see where these best and brightest are headed off to college.
Yeah.
And it's just a cool event. Talk a little bit about the event, Jeff.
it's coming up on March 8th. I think there are still some tickets available. Remember, we were able to return to in person
Yes.
last year. It felt really good. We're going to do it again. It's a wonderful opportunity to support our scholars. And it's not always just about the valedictorian scholarships, that although this certainly raises funds for those. We get a lot of corporate scholarships, a lot of corporate donors. And so if you're out there and you're going, I need some workers, I need somebody to specialize in something, consider talking to us about what that scholarship might be, because there are skilled trades that partner for it. There's manufacturing that partners with us. There's everything from architectural to law and legal. And you know, it's a fun place to be, and it generates some money for good cause and gets kids moving forward.
Great winter sports season underway at J High right now. And, you know, David, I see you at a lot of the games. I see you working with the athletes at track and football. That's got to be really a big help for both JPS, but also for you to be able to engage with the kids as often as you do.
Definitely builds relationships, and it humanizes law enforcement as well. So they can see a lot of different sides of me. They see me in the building, they see me on the sideline. It's great. It's reinforcing that Jackson's a community, a true community. So
Gives you an opportunity to also let them know what kind of athlete you were back in the day.
you know, I know my limitations.
You know, they see beyond the badge, though.
Yes.
The truth is they start to see David as somebody that they can trust, somebody that they can relate to, somebody that they can go to, and that's what we see when we saw, you know, when we see these cyber threats come through, or these messages come through. The number of students that when they see something, say something. They follow through with okay to say. They reach out to Officer Stallworth. They reach out to my office. They reach out to administration. That's what we want them doing, and the number of people that do that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I think our kids are getting it. And so
That's great.
I can't speak highly enough about the program that we've got going on here and the relationship, because he knows about things before they happen. He knows about something that happened last night, you know, and that helps get us prepared for the day. It's super valuable.
Got a FAFSA event helping
yes.
these kids move on
That's
after
right.
Graduation.
President's Day. Parents and students should attend this if you have questions.
Yeah, at the Jackson Crossing Mall, College and Career Access Center. It's a great resource to go in if you've got questions about college, if you want to help set up a college visit, but if you need help with the FAFSA, and everybody needs a little bit of help with the FAFSA, and you know, they've got a new form out that's supposed to be easier, supposed to be isn't. So I'm just going to say it's still as complicated as ever, but it is important, and it's a great way to access resources and put your name on scholarships for college. A lot of people think, well, that's just about loans, and I don't want loans, or I'm not going to qualify for loans, but you don't qualify for some of the scholarships unless you've got a FAFSA completion on file.
JPS in the community always. We saw a lot of students at the Groundhog Gallop at Parkside over the weekend.
Absolutely.
It's a cool event.
Yeah, it's in the cafeteria. You got a big poster that defines the word hangry.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need that poster at my house.
Yeah, and,
Everyone gets a little hangry.
Hangry.
and then,
A lot
yeah,
of partnerships you have in the community.
absolutely, absolutely. You know, this one right here is our Grow Jackson. You know, that's a wonderful opportunity for us to really get in and teach some science and some renewable, you know, growing in our community that really provides vegetables out. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. And we've got that at several schools, Parkside and several of our elementary schools. So we continue to kind of move forward in that one as well.
Great catching up with you guys today.
Thank you very much for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
Yeah, keep up
Definitely.
the great work. Keeping our kids safe at JPS. JPD-JPS Liaison Officer David Stallworth and Superintendent Jeff Beal. More of the morning show after this.